Hey, what's going on, everybody? Max here with Because Bitcoin. And for today's episode of 10 Minutes Max, where we deliver you all of your daily alpha in under 10 minutes, we are going to be talking about the flow of capital from Bitcoin to ETH to alts to microcaps and really kind of dive in again in 10 minutes or less on how all of that works and what you can expect moving forward. So, before we get into the charts, if you could please like and subscribe, we greatly appreciate your guys' continued support of what we are building. We are growing so quickly thanks to you guys. So right here, we are looking at Bitcoin. All right, I've got it in orange, but I need to add some additional charts on here. All right, so all right, I think I should have these more or less queued up. So we're going to add ETH on, and then we're also going to add on total 3. All right. So just a real quick reminder for what all of this is and what this means. Um, this basically means that here's Bitcoin, you know what that is. Here's ETH, you know what that is. And then total 3 is everything in crypto. So the crypto asset class minus Bitcoin and minus ETH. So this is your like mid cap alts mainly. All right. And that's where a lot of the money is made, obviously, which is why it's going to be a focus of ours. So let's just label these out super quick. And again, we only have 10 minutes, so let's not waste too much time. All right, here's ETH. I'm going to go real quick here. Here's ETH, make it color coded. And then here is total 3. And we'll just make total 3 purple. Why not? All right. So what I want to go over with you guys is again this flow of capital, right? So everybody knows Bitcoin just made an all-time high, and there's a lot of complaining online. My alts are not moving. Why are my alts not moving? When are my alts going to start moving? Well, let's talk about it. All right, let's talk about it. So let's go back here to 2017 and let's mark out the previous Bitcoin all-time high. All right. Now we're going to go to where we're at right now, and we're going to mark out basically the last cycle's 2021 all-time high. All right, it's kind of crazy we're now above. Just fantastic. Such a grueling bear market, and now we're finally above it. I'll put it in 3-week. I think that looks a little bit better. You can kind of see the candle colors. All right, so now let's do the same thing on ETH, guys. We're going to mark out the previous 2018 2017 all-time high, and then we're going to mark out last cycle's all-time high. All right. Now, of course, one obvious difference between Bitcoin and ETH, you can see that ETH is still well below its previous all-time high, and Bitcoin is now above. So let's move over to the third chart, total 3, which again, just a reminder, is our altcoin, mid cap index, right? It's all of crypto, but it excludes Bitcoin and ETH. So it's like, in a joking way, some people will call it the shitcoin index, and they're probably not joking, but it's important because there's a lot of money to be made by playing total 3 and understanding when the appropriate time to get aggressive on it is. So here we are, all of our charts nice and pretty. Now I want to mark out some dates here. Okay, so let's just see last cycle when Bitcoin made an all-time high where ETH was. So we're going to put these in, what's a good color for this? Teal. Can't miss, or not even teal. What is that? Like light highlighted blue. So now let's go over to ETH and total 3 and mark out where, when Bitcoin made an all-time high last cycle, where ETH and total 3 were. All right, so it was this candle right here. And then total 3, it was this candle right here. All right, so that's where we were last cycle. All right, now let's also mark out when ETH made an all-time high. Okay, and like really made an all-time high. All right. So last cycle, when ETH made a new all-time high, we will mark this in, let's do red. All right, when ETH made a new all-time high, here's where it was. And then for Bitcoin, this is where Bitcoin was when ETH made a new all-time high. And total 3 was right here. It just barely kind of creeped above. All right. So the point of this illustration is to show you guys that, in my opinion, for altcoins, the best is yet to come. Okay, especially on our small caps. And we are just about to start our game of catch up, where from when Bitcoin makes a new all-time high, again, right here, Additionally, right here, that's when Bitcoin made oops. That's when Bitcoin made a new all-time high. Accidentally had the magnet on. So new Bitcoin all-time high. All right. And then again, new Bitcoin all-time high. You can see how much time we had until alts really caught up, but right after this happened, they did catch up. So let's actually take some measured moves. So from when Bitcoin made a new all-time high right here, Bitcoin went up another 255%, it looks like. All right. And let's just figure out on the other one. So from when Bitcoin made a new all-time high until the top, ETH went up 708%. And total 3, again, we'll go from like the next candle body open. All right. And then total 3 went up 776. All right. So you can see that. I mean, ETH had a fantastic last cycle, of course, but you can see that after Bitcoin makes an all-time high, more of the gains actually happens over here in total 3 and ETH. All right. So, something to consider here is that, yeah, Bitcoin just made a new all-time high. I guess we can we'll mark this out as well. We'll put the same color dots there. We'll put the same color dots there and there. If that same thing is going to happen again, you could potentially see, 3x outperformance by buying ETH and total here if this same pattern happens again. All right. Now, of course, I don't even need to throw this up here, but I might as well, right? We're already here. You can see, let's add ETH BTC down below. So this is ETH paired against Bitcoin. This should be implied based on the analysis we just did. But I'll show you again. You can see that when Bitcoin made a new all-time high, basically from there it started, the from November 2020 through November 2021, the next year was extremely prosperous for the ETH BTC valuation. It went up quite a bit. All right. And then, of course, that was again implied because we took measured moves here. I just wanted to show it represented in a slightly different fashion. Okay. So, anyways, it's, we're in exciting times, right? And I think that Bitcoin is probably primed to really, blast off here in a big way off the backs of these ETFs. And, I just wanted to point out that, if history is any indication, it might actually be time, which might feel kind of counterintuitive. It might be time to consider rotating out of Bitcoin and into alts. But, one thing to consider here is, here's Bitcoin dominance below here. We actually did put in, a slight deviation. Once Bitcoin made a new all-time high, Bitcoin dominance moved up, kind of like a little, like Bitcoin dominance bull trap, and then it started a multi-month capitulation down. So just a quick reminder: Bitcoin dominance is Bitcoin represented as a percentage of the total crypto market cap or asset class. So right now it's 53%, 54%. That means that Bitcoin is just over half of all of crypto. All right. So when Bitcoin makes an all-time high, maybe we have one more spike in dominance, maybe up to 54, 55, 56, 57, who knows, or maybe not. And then I would expect, truthfully, the same thing like last cycle to entail, where we start to see Bitcoin dominance drop. ETH BTC begins to aggressively move higher. Total 3 begins to play a game of catch up. And it won't be too far off from, ETH making a new all-time high and moving up here, just like last cycle. And then, same thing for total 3. And I can remove these percentages now. And, same thing. But I think this is where that game of catch up takes place, because look at what happened last cycle. And, even going back one cycle further, same thing. Same thing. So, anyways, that's it. We're at about 9 minutes, guys. So we're going to call it here. This was 10 minutes max, brought to you by Because Bitcoin. Before you go, please consider liking and also subscribing if you are new here. We put out these videos every single day. Also, check out the first link in the description below. If you want a more intimate look on how I am trading and the rest of the Because Bitcoin team is trading, you are definitely going to want to check out our Discord sooner rather than later, because prices are about to triple as we drop our new flagship product called the BB Terminal. It's basically a Bloomberg terminal, but for crypto people. It's an absolutely fantastic product. We are so proud of it. It is rolling out very, very soon. So that will be bundled together with your Discord server access. Again, no additional cost. And again, you will be grandfathered in at the current rates on our website. as long as you don't cancel. So the only guaranteed 3x in life right now is that if you get in the Discord now and you buy BB Terminal now, which again is the same as the Discord membership on our website, guaranteed to 3x in value because prices are going to go up 3x as soon as that drops. So check that out sooner rather than later. We share active positions and we do 2 hours a day of private live voice calls with Q&A. So guys, thanks so much for being here. This was 10 minutes max. Please like and subscribe, and we will see you next time. Take care.